South Big Data Hub and everyone else for welcoming me for today's session. I am really excited to talk about HerWILL. HerWILL is Women Inspired in Life and Leadership. It's a nonprofit organization working on women's empowerment with technology and advocacy around the world. So it is a story of a dream that turned into a vision and how it's working on autopilot right now as soon as it was born, um, and in perfect execution mode because of amazing partners like the South Big Data Hub and other renowned academic and institutional partners in the world. So as Renata gave a perfect brief introduction to HerWILL, I won't go too much into that, but what I wanted to share with you is that um, we are really excited to share our workforce development plan that is based in, mostly we're focusing in AI and data science this year, and then go into broader STEM arena. And then we are actually conducting a datathon, a first ever datathon for women of color in the United States with partnership with SBDH and um, artificial intelligence for advances in optimization, another Georgia Tech institution. So in partnership of that, we're taking it as a pilot to see how it's going to work out, and then take it into broader circulation in the near future. So that's the plan, and we're really excited about it. I'll tell you all about it and see how we can all work together on making it a successful event. So to begin with, I wanted to give you just a brief overview of HerWILL. We started in 2020 in the middle of COVID, and I guess what worked for us was that we had a very focused worldwide audience wanting to do something great, so larger than life. And we got that captivated audience with our digital platform. And very quickly, we now have, it was a mentoring platform for women. That's how it started. And then miraculously, something awesome happened. Experts like all of you around the world came and just asked, what can we do? What can we run? What can we make sure happens for these girls, girls and women, so that they can succeed in each stages of their life and careers? Because our targeted group are three categories of women: highly accomplished, rising talents, and women who are stuck in life circumstances. These are all women with a lot of potential, and they just wanted to see that roadmap to the next path, for the next goal, how to achieve it. And that was the core idea of HerWILL. And then we evolved, and then we started working in 6 countries around the world. And now we have about 45,000 subscribers in 6 countries, and on all of our platforms, and working on many different areas, mostly in personal branding, in financial literacy for entrepreneurs, and women in data science and AI. So these three are our core pillars at the moment, but we keep evolving, and we have many things. I encourage all of you to go check out our website, herwill.org, when you get a chance, and you'll see how it works. This is our team. This 70 women are working night and day from 4 continents and 6 countries, as I mentioned. And they are all experts in their fields. In here, we have anthropologists, we have gynecologists, we have data scientists, HR professionals, we have marketing professionals, and they just all gather together to help us out. And since I personally do not believe in a volunteer model, they are all paid as much as the organization can afford to pay them. So what is the big vision? The big vision is, again, larger than life. It's an equal opportunity world where women have the freedom to reach their full potential. And the mission is to educate, empower, and elevate. That's the model. And how are we doing it? We're doing it with picking out projects that we're piloting, then we're perfecting, and then we're pivoting. Pilot, perfect, and pivot. These are the three ways. That's our working model. And with that mission, we have started building a digital platform of resources. You'll see a glimpse of that on our website, but again, it's all in the pilot mode. It will scale up very soon. And then for the data science, the pillar that I'm going to focus on today is the last pillar, that how we're getting more women into STEM, particularly in data science and AI, in our workforce development model. So in that, we wanted to look at the whole problem as a whole in the marketplace. And what we have discovered, of course, you all are very well aware of it, that there is a huge demand for data science talents and very short supply for highly skilled individuals. So what are we trying to do is develop that highly skilled talent pool and looking at not only in the United States, but focusing on the United States, then spreading it around the world to see how it works and how can we funnel that talent pool to first to the US employers and then to the rest of the world. So in our partnership with SBDH and AI40PT, we are, especially with AI40PT, we're building a 5-year plan for that workforce development. And I am one of the leaders in that steering committee. So HerWILL is now, we are well suited to conduct our first Datathon in spring. Specifically, I think we have finalized the date. The competition is going to happen on the 23rd and 24th. But before we go into that, I would like to focus on the larger problem that we're seeing. So the problem, actually, from the women point of view, on the left-hand side in the BCG graph that you see, it's a 2 to 3 year old graph. I would say it was done in 2020. You see that in the university grads, we have almost 50-50 distribution of men and women. Then when it comes to STEM degrees, there is a 20-point drop to 35%. And then when we come to the STEM workforce, there's another 10% drop. And when it comes, particularly in data science, the number is actually, the percentage is actually 15% for women. And of that, only 3% are African Americans. So our focus area is this, the last bar right here, that how can we get it up? And for the women to have to miss out, what's happening in here is that women are actually missing out on a higher paying, extremely lucrative career path. So that is what we're trying to fix. And from the organizational point of view, there's a shortage of 250,000 data science talents in the United States alone right now. And 35 of the organizations report that they're having serious issues in filling out data science jobs. So how do we bridge the gap in the market demand and the supply of the talent? Is that what we're trying to do? Again, women are missing out on the high paying opportunities. The average salary is 100K plus with a 4-year degree, and then women make up only 15% of the graph of the population, as I showed you on the graph. And organizations are lacking in their corporate social responsibility goals right now. You know, the diversified workforce in thoughts and in actions and in skin colors and where we come from in geographic and national identities. They lack diversity, and only 3% of women of color, as I showed. So that's where they need the most help. So that brings us to our bigger, larger 360-degree solution of why we wanted to do it. With a social enterprise like ours, we of course have to, our plan was to look at the problem from a very high level point of view, and our dream and the goal is really big. So what did we try to do? We wanted to quantify, and we wanted to align it with world problems that we're trying to solve here. So we said that our grand vision is to help achieve true gender equality by 2030, UN Sustainable Development Goal number 5, with empowering 20,000 women in the United States with high-paying career paths by 2030. So we have 9 years to accomplish our goal. And I think it's a very achievable goal with partners like all of you. And so just a little primer here. These are the 17 SDG, the Sustainable Development Goals that UN has established in 2013. And gender, even though HerWILL's main goal is number 5, gender equality, we are actually hitting number 4 and 8, quality education and diverse and economic opportunity. So with that, we have developed this model that how we're going to build this workforce. So it is very simple. The way we have modeled this very simple. We're going to acquire the talents with Datathons, and we're going to incentivize them with awards and scholarships from schools, from different universities and technical institutions around the world, along with the MOOCs like Coursera and edX, where our partners are ready. We're going to engage them in job matching or work study programs with our employer consortiums, the industry partners, retain them with full-time domain experts. As with my own personal experience that I have experienced in aviation, is that without the domain knowledge, data science expertise do not work that well. So, and then advance them, have a roadmap to advance them in the leadership path in their individual careers, in the numerous fields that now is that are in the data science umbrella. So that is our model, and that's our solution. That's how we're going to accomplish this, and that's how we have started the work. Benefits of our solution is that we're not focusing on this one particular area. We're not just doing the datathon, not just doing the work study matching, but we're doing a 360 view of the problem and giving out the solution. So that is providing A to Z solution, faster speed to market. What the COVID has shown us that we can reach a large number of audience fast, just virtually. That keeps our operating costs down and the speed to market really fast. So virtual models, scalable globally, just as I mentioned. Free and comprehensive education with experts like all of you around the world. Low operating costs, numerous fields in data science that provide the plethora of choices for career paths, solving market problem and economic development for women of color mostly. So we're going to start with the datathon that we are looking at. We are actually planning to have it in spring. In the spring, and then as I said, our partners are SBTH and AI4OPT. But this is a pretty big deal, actually, even though we are framing it as a pilot because it's untested in the US market. We're calling it pilot, but it is actually first ever done for the women of color for this particular talent group. There's a heavy decline for women of color who have lost jobs and who have gotten straight from their career path in high-paying jobs during COVID. And with this, we solved that particular problem in a great deal. So how is the event flow going to occur? we're in the planning mode right now, and then the PR phase work, where SBDH is going to be our primary suppliers of students. We're going to have the registration form and surveys of where the students are in their learning curve of data science. Our intention is to get women, it is to have that supply of interest in data science field. So at the end of this, we will, one of the goals will be to have that interest in going into the data science majors in particular. So after that, we're going to have 6 to 8 workshops. We're still playing with the numbers. 6 to 8 workshops where we teach the basics of data science, and all the way from what is data science, what are datathons, what are we doing with the datathons, how to participate in it, to regression, to prediction and classification, to the different, a couple of things in machine learning, and then going into a little bit of unsupervised and supervised training, and also classification, and then ending with a little bit of basics of neural networks. So that's how we're planning the workshops, and we will have a call to action. All of you are welcome. We already have 4 or 5 of the workshops filled out with experts like yourselves, but you're welcome to come and teach a course if you want to. It would give you great exposure, and it would benefit our girls tremendously. So please keep that in mind. And then the actual datathon, we're going to have a real life data source from the universities that we're working with, and then have an objective view of a third-party view of the problem that all of you are trying to solve. So after the datathon is done, we're going to choose our teams. Ideally, we're going to have teams of 3 to 4 people, and 3 teams will be winners. And with the winners will be matched up with internships, opportunities, and scholarships and awards. That's the plan. And then in the post-event award winnings, award ceremony and leadership conference, it would be a half-day event, again, virtually for this time around, to give them extra motivation, that extra gas to go to have them to entice them into the fields of data science. Here are our current partners. There are more that are coming, joining us for different things that they're offering us. And that is the power of collaboration that we are showing for a nonprofit that started out with seed fund and with my personal life savings, and then now we're still bootstrapping stage. How we are pouring in all kinds of support from all of these partners in the world to give us the best possible outcomes in the pilot phase that we're in. So from that, we go to so has this ever been done? How do we know it's going to be successful? Yes, we have actually done this in Asia in the beginning of last year in January. So we had, that was the first ever Datathon in Asia, actually in the world, specifically for women. That it was done to the women, and the workshops were offered to the women. The competition was participated by the women, and then the judges were also women for the Datathon itself. So we had 177 participants in Bangladesh. That's my country of birth, so focused in that particular country. And we had 177 participants from about 21 districts. Districts are equivalent to states over there. And we focused on 18 to 25 age groups. 75 of them competed, and we gathered 16 data science experts around the world. And these were all academic experts, and also institutional leaders in high-level positions in organizations around the world. Of them, we got 15 students from the 3 teams that participated. They changed their majors actually to data science. That is our biggest KPI, and we're really proud of that. Of them, 4 students were matched with internships opportunities in AWS, Amazon Web Services. So that showed us, and the interest that we got, the recognition, it immediately put us on the map. The recognition we got for because we had worldwide attention to this datathon, we were immediately on the map for somebody who were capable of doing something of this scale and to take it to the US and Europe. So proof of concept again, so these are the 4 workshops. We're only able to offer 4 workshops last time, and we're focusing to double that this year. 4 hands-on workshops. You'll get they were about 2 hours each. You'll get the entire workshops on our website when you get a chance. And here's our QR code that will take you directly there. So the phase 1 workshops and Datathon that we're planning, again, pipeline, we're pretty much replicating the same model, 18 to 25 age group. We are now targeting only 200 students to participate in the workshop themselves, and then the Datathon, based on their interest and their competence, they will stay, and that will determine how we conduct them. So pipeline of women of color come from universities that we're all partnered with through SBDH and AI4OPT and all of you. Hopefully, we're going to teach data science theories and applications, as I mentioned before. Conduct a datathon with the real world data set. That is a key point, key takeaway. Encourage them to continue their careers in data science, leadership conference, and offering them the resources, job pairing, internships, and mentoring. So key is, again, last point here, number 6, mentoring. In a perfect world, we'll all take about 1 or 2 students that we personally and professionally mentor for a great career in DS. So that's the plan. Why data science? Because we already have built a pilot digital platform. We have a successful POC in Asia. We're collaborating in great partners, and we have an amazing global advisory council where Dr. Renata is a proud member of. The future of work that is virtual and very conducive to women's particular lives and all the responsibilities, the unfair share of the domestic responsibilities we have. It supports it, and we have a proven track record. The ultimate key differentiator is a strong leadership team that we have, and also our partners and collaborators around the world. So this is the core team that is working on this. This is me, of course, and Tanzim Haq is working out of Netherlands, and she's a data engineer by training and now an operations lead at HerWILL. Dr. Carolina Worf is a Datathon lead, is working off of Munich, and Dr. Edda Koppelman also is our research lead who's working from Munich. We have a couple of people added from Germany, added from Bangladesh that we haven't added in the core team yet, but we'll be there soon. So key takeaways, what have we learned so far? It's a big dream with an amazing execution plan. So the vision and the execution are going hand in hand. So we are really proud of the progress that we have made so far, and we have no doubt that we're going to be amazingly successful in the coming weeks, months, and years. So it is because it is a comprehensive long-term plan. Our partners will also have to be long-term. We're not doing one-off touch and go kind of partnerships. All those sponsorships and other kind of ways anyone can come in and do short-term work with us. U.S. landscape, yes.
So I wanted to give the opportunity. I know we're getting close on time, but I wanted to give people the opportunity if you wanted to connect with Farhana or if you wanted to offer or be a part of this and ask any additional questions, to add them to the Etherpad. And we'll have time at the end. And Farhana, if you're willing to be on the Etherpad to answer anybody's questions or to connect if people are trying to connect with the initiative. Also, as she said, we will be announcing as this thing moves along. But are there particular asks you want to just kick out
Yes,
with?
there are particular asks are right here, and thank you for taking me there. So collaborate for, again, as I said, in the long-term opportunity, but for now, there is a call to action for data sets. So if you have any particular data set that you would like us to take a look at and give them for the actual competition, we will be happy to evaluate them. So that is one thing. And then trainers for the workshops, keynote speakers for the leadership event. We are looking for mentors and supervisors and judges actually for the actual datathon, and with some experience in the datathon, how it's run and what we're going to do. Um, of course, funding is a great thing that would love to get from any of you and wherever. And then also connect with other organizations, universities, and institutions that you're working with. So these are the specific asks we have right now. So please feel free to, as Nana said, feel free to work with me, connect me, and all my contact information are right here, also on the Etherpad, and I also put it on the chat itself. So so we are hoping to see a really successful datathon and all of our workshops implemented immaculately with a very motivating leadership conference.